Hi guys, Adam McCubbin here. Today I'm going to take you through some self-myofascial release techniques using a foam roller and a dumbbell. Now I know there's many other methods out there that you can use and can be a little bit more effective, but however for practicality, for cost and ease of use, a foam roller is probably one of the best tools, and it's critical that you need to understand how to use it correctly, and that's what I'm going to show you here today. Starting from the beginning, I always tell people to start from the ground up. On all closed chain exercises, meaning like a squat or a deadlift or even a bench press, you have contact with the floor and you want to start with the feet. And a lot of people, especially with bad fitting shoes and poor foot mechanics, can have plantar fasciitis build up over time. So I always recommend rolling your feet first. Now you can start with something a little bit softer like a tennis ball, and then progress to harder things like a golf ball, or what I'm going to use today like a dumbbell is okay to use, but be careful if you have sensitive feet and you've got plantar fasciitis. I don't recommend you pushing too hard. Start easy and you can always progress. What I'm going to do is just roll my foot. Now the key is with this one is you just want to be gentle. Don't neglect the heel, because the fascia goes right round to the calcaneus, which is the bone of the heel at the back. So making sure that you get the whole foot right down to your toes as well. So next one, we've got the foam roller we're going to use. Don't let the pink fool you. This pink foam roller is really, really tough to start. And so we're going from the ground up. We've done our feet first. And now next one we're going to use is our gastrocs and our calves and our soleus. So the trick is when you're rolling your calf is to pull your toes up, because you want to expose the muscle belly of that. If you're in a plantar flex position where you've got your toes forward, it'll be a little bit easier, but you want to expose the muscle and expose the fascia in itself on the actual roller. So pull your toe up. If you're a beginner, you might start with just the leg like this and just rolling. If you've done it a little bit before, like I have, rest your other leg on through here, and remember, pull your toe up and try and get as much weight as you can on the calf. Now obviously the more weight you put on there, the more pressure, but the more of a release you're going to get through the fascia and through the muscle. And remember, there's a lot of nerve endings in the fascia, so just actually rolling and palpating on that roller is going to get you huge release and benefits. So I'd sort of recommend, depending on how tight you are, if you're really tight you could spend longer, but sort of 20 or 30 seconds on there. And if you find a gristly part and a part that is really tight, then you want to focus on that area. Search for it, so going laterally as well as going forward and back. So the next area we're going to do is the front of the leg, so the anterior aspect, the quads and the hips. Remembering on this is you don't want pain, you want more of a feeling of tightness on the muscle. So if it really hurts a lot, then I'd stay off it. Look to a rehab specialist and see if there's something that needs to be fixed. Now next one is we're just rolling through here. So trying to keep your legs straight. And like I said before, you're searching out for the tight parts. You're looking to get from here down to here, and don't just go forward and backwards. You want to go laterally as well. So from side to side. Now, just as a side note, you don't need to roll out the IT band. Just focus on the anterior aspect of the leg and also up through the groin and the adductors. So next part, we're going to actually sit and release the glutes, the glute med and the glute max. And remember, you want to expose the fascia and the muscle. So bringing this leg up and then leaning into the actual side where the muscle is. A lot of people get this side wrong and they put this leg up and they go the other way. So just make sure if your right leg's up, you're leaning onto the right side. This leg's up and then you're leaning through there. Play around with positions and trying to feel the areas that are tight through there. Just as a side note, you don't want to be rolling on the bone. You're focusing on soft tissue here. So if you're on the bone of your hip and it's quite painful, get off it. You need to just be on the soft tissues. And same goes, a lot of people roll out the lower back. Do not roll out the lower back. Focus on from the thoracic up. So thoracic spine is just where the bottom of the ribs are. That's essentially the last rib is where your thoracic spine ends, and that's where you start your foam rolling. So what you want to do is just support your head through here, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, and relax. And then back up again, so deep breath in, and then relax. So you do 2 or 3 on each vertebrae, and then basically just roll yourself down through here. Basically, it's just to the top of the C7 through there. So remembering on all of these, breathing is the key. So if you're holding your breath, particularly if it's the first time you've done it and it's a little bit painful, I find a lot of people will hold their breath, and it actually kind of blocks some of the stretch, especially if you're doing the thoracic spine through there. You really want to breathe and release that. So exhale when you're trying to go into that extension. If you've worked with me before, you'll know specifically I get into certain areas with you if it's specifically tight. But just for today, this is general. I hope that was helpful. I hope that cleared up some of the techniques that you need to use when using foam rollers. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave those below. And I'd always be happy if you've got some suggested content and questions that you'd like covered in these video topics. I'd be more than happy to. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you all soon, and don't forget to subscribe to my email newsletter where you'll get free updates on the latest webinars and happenings as well. And thanks for your time.